It was a former Sanso and we share bio yaba nature's latest sports stories. So I will say about it komo. And again we say thank you very much. Keep on subscribing. Catch you now on also so and subscribing. Biggie, Bibia, you fine dear. Oh, fantastic. Biggie no ye be bon komo ni bebre in some day bebre na ne wo ho. I would want to start on a sad note. Porto for Capital de Porto J Champions League. Jorge Costa. Jorge Costa de say Asamu we from big when you cardiac arrest.
Sure.
Ono na di Jose Mourinho Capital. And maybe Jose Mourinho create canasem say. We want the captain crown and the leadership skill. I mean, very unfortunate. When you can Porto Sankasana, I don't know what is happening. No more bro, and I don't know more president of Frim, and I don't know Diego Yota, more former player of Frim.
Yeah.
And we Swaba. She say a fee and far crown farm Porto, but a hard game pa. But memoir pass a comments now for your starting your main stories are per se, but. Controversial statements are former Chelsea player, Gaspar Casembi, or say Casemiro Bruno Fernandez a world-class players. Moises Caicedo, Declan Rice, world-class, massa category ni mukra. The Chelsea fans are not happy, especially with the fact that Caicedo, they see him there. Or buy into this argument saying.
Koku, a tough one, but Oshe football alone. Adia Bakwa, a boy, Emma will be achieving a big status. And now say for someone to be called a world class player. And yet just one good season. And yet just 2 good seasons. Even 3 seasons, they say a kind of it needs years of consistency at the top level. What about 100 matches? A mobile 95, you give grade A performance. Caicedo is a very good player. Declan Rice is a very good player. Bakwaku, how many years have they been at the top? Caicedo enche your bar Chelsea than the performance and it's saying. He was a good player. Ewo Brighton. Oba Chelsea in the first season, Upe player about when he passed in we are Park, I said, but from there he has never looked back. Wa Bob wire consistent. And they who become one of the best midfielders we are saying about Caicedo But the years of consistency, I might do be a world class player and me when say Caicedo nyandru. The same applies to Declan Rice. He's a very good player, he's a top player. Make up top players will be asking the Declan Rice. But for you to become a world class, that word, when we talk about a world class midfielders, so we will look at Modric ding. Obebo Kevin De Bruyne ding. These players, Obebo Toni Kroos ding. Because of the level of consistency at the top level. Kevin De Bruyne by Man City. Yes, or best spend day. How many seasons now be Kevin De Bruyne or Kevin De Bruyne or flop? She Luka Modric. She Toni Kroos. It's that years of consistency at the top level. Mean to me for Declan Rice and the Caicedo them. They are very good players. But for me to call them world class players there, I feel that at least omonya consistent kakranya day. And count the Caicedo performance we saw last season. What me mama say consistency now for the next 2 years make me a kind of the knockout world class midfielders now.
But the Bruno's way.
Bruno Fernandez, I'm going to say he's there.
But Bruno's consistency has been where? In the English Premiership.
Of course, in the English Premiership.
So you cannot perform. You cannot perform in the English Premiership and be calling yourself world class when the world class stage is the Champions League. How well has he been doing there?
In the Champions League, he hasn't been bad.
Where?
At the Europa level.
Oh, Massa. Europa. No. Take. Has it been bad away? Yes, a world class. A Champions League.
It's not meant for Europa anymore.
Oh yeah, no confirm, no credit count. Open and on the no counters born on ball. Yes, this will be a world class. Casemiro, those players you mentioned, Luka Modric and those guys. Only a world class because they did perform in the league and in the Champions League consistently. Bruno, and the moment you know, Papa Soben will do a Champions League. I am for Bruno world class.
I am saying Bruno because Bruno position now in no ball football. Teams are saying the way we are seeing Bruno on start.
What for? It is because he's been brother, and it is me say it is because he said Bruno has been playing well. Mind you, and the league English Premiership you might think you are the best, but when the best meets big stager or him,
because currently he's not playing for the best club,
but individual because team no bob on wasa.
But player inside.
Ain't he kitwe bi obeye bia no yehu.
And it don't be say. Bro,
see, the conversation is that Bruno is a good player. We all agree. Everyone agrees. What Bruno
is not a world class.
He's a good player. We all know. But the word world class, your performance in the league, in the Champions League, and your national team. We in count and for Europa League in count Conference League in count. Say yes, sir. Enka Kopama, you better know the Nako Akwaje Ballon d'Or nibi. What did I mean to you say?
Yes.
But Conference League into Obiakra Muno, and yet club work up, he can crow a segi kakra, and can indeed grab my conversation anymore. Into one team in Casemiro as a world class, now for Bruno because our baskets around. Never.
That is why I'm saying, sir. The Bruno situation, it is because of baby and the club and the but any Bruno as a person in free Manchester.
No, yeah, the unfunny club on Pejankwe.
Football and one man show.
Then you want into the Man U team.
Athletics are and number 10 for you 100 meters. It will be assisted Yanka Bruno in the body first. Anything I'm say, Tim Ben Bruno number 10 now Obono and ne Okwa starting.
So when you swore, a bayer sao.
Oh, Debbie, so we to player based on the current performance or the performance of his previous club.
She said Bruno or Chelsea or Kwaku Palmer.
That's a Bruno is a better player than Kopama. Many sure Chelsea supporters be there chini. But me, I love Kopama because of his numbers.
Bruno Nwon Onimbo. But Muteti a break a kakra.
Oh, Kwaku.
No, but still, to the extent is a more person more than rub shoulders with who. The reason why a lot of people will side with you is that yes, Casada has been doing well, yes, Kopama has been doing well, Enzo they've been doing well. Say I cut the next step. The next step is the Champions League. Bruno now more yet. Yes, we agree. And Nuntina up to now, okay, maybe so say Hazard any namer. Why a ball over for why?
Your ball.
A tough question. What we say? Hazard's problem was that when Neymar was doing well in the Champions League, Hazard was only doing it in the English Premiership because at time Chelsea they were struggling.
Yeah,
and not let's say Hazard marks. Hazard, or back to the next level, which was Real Madrid no Bayern a Bejigu.
Yeah.
What did the Micho say? Intino, Yentimin the world class and come up without mentioning Champions League football. And they Yentimi see that.
I understand that perfectly. That is why I'm saying, sir, if you are looking at Bruno Fernandez attached to the Manchester United club there, you will say Bruno is never there. But you're picking Bruno out as a footballer. You're free Manchester United basket in him.
Near Father,
individual.
Okay, Ephraim. You're now to Portugal, let's say.
Portugal. Is he not playing?
Oh, yeah, no. And that's you. One thing you should also notice that it sounds like Manchester United. You see the way they are playing. It is easier to spot him out because he's good. Because he's good. Because Bruno is good.
But I also feel say United Bobo even early may say the potentials of what Bruno can do. Sure. Passes. Any chances that Bruno created them on Manchester United attackers. If he was in any better team, maybe Uncle Real Madrid number 10.
Bro, I know the size QTO human song. Shabo Wabebo New Year.
Yeah.
He will end up being underrated forever. Why?
Because of where he played.
Exactly. You see, that argument, to me, Bruno Fernandez, Bo Awabe boy. You saw see Manchester for one when you Carrick post scores boy. One when we didn't to the same basket. And I'm boy.
Oh, Debbie.
So I'm moving to this
based
game.
on the laurels and what they did with their club.
Because that time, post scores money, rankings money at the end, they did not perform only in the league. They were active and consistent in the Champions League. Are they lie?
Debbie won't come through. That is what I'm saying, sir. If you are looking at Bruno attack to Manchester
on level.
Oh, you Bruno as a player. Anything I'm say Bruno position now Obono and team is saying that Bruno come over better than bench.
And necessary Kopama. Bruno.
No.
They say okay. They say Inti Ebia Wako.
Last time we was over Kabaka, I said, I feel sad for Bruno. I feel he has wasted his prime years for Manchester.
The same way they say human songs. Oh, commodity you be for so many players. The same way human songs. So make us say we wasting the time our Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, so no wasting and our Europa. And not bad. It is better than Bruno.
When you FA Cup,
why
Bruno
compared to Europa?
Some levels is here.
But the Europa is way bigger than that.
At least I forget Manchester City so CCA almost so a open training session at the Ama supporters. Obi American now almost ton tickets. Na tickets no a man for 4 tonni na abrofo training keke no. Oh, just go for no more say abrofo no da be na ebesuan we bigi. Because sometimes these things because on say new players no be a person ko
yeah. Yeah.
It's open session. Waton waje kakra e de ahye ho. Owieye waye ye interviews kolo Toure or say amazing say wasan so aba back e be ye adwuma de ama Manchester City as a player. Na waye adwuma or say tam no ye adwuma ni nyina he was working hard said dachi bi obesan so aba back aba be ye adwuma or say squad no or happy to be coaching this current Manchester City squad. And Nico O'Reilly 1 year training na amanfo susu se obefri team ni mu akọ penyimfo se injury enti na ono so went me training. James Trafford new goalkeeper ono so aba on bisa na se master akwaba na oba ye niam atesen and on say ni age se wasan so aba back time no so na Manchester City ema ni call loan no say adwumaden na oye ni nyina na say he just wanted one day be say obesan so return back inti o tell Manchester City for air pen no one opportunity that was so Jimika and so eba Ryan case so person winning every single game will be a Manchester City. Or say a pleasure to be part of this current group of Manchester City team. Tiani Rendes, also a new player, also buy it. Or say the niaje a corona wabe no a comfortable so dia back up and I say oh you get used to or say where the name Manchester. But also apart from that, nipa na wo krom ho obiane ni interact kama or you very happy. Rian 8 no Rion so mo fan from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Honestly, I'm extremely happy to be here to start to train with my new teammates, the coach and the staff. I'm very excited to start to train and play with my teammates, okay? And tactically learn a lot of things from Pep Guardiola and also in summer 8 Nuri Enso Eka and again the captain of the Manchester City team Bernardo Silva said or you're proud to be captain of this current Manchester City group or say wow Bobo with the likes of Vincent Kompany, Fernandinho, David Silva, Kun Aguero, who are all captains into a Shiene Bebe Eddie Efi Omumwa. Or no, and so Ebe making sure so also ni reign as captain of Manchester City, and also Ebe is successful. Well, and the open session, I hear very, very and very successful. And then when him say Wolverhampton Wanderers for head coach, no Hobby. And see, also so SHB. But anyway, let's pass the statements now for you start your stories. Name.
I think it's for Costa the end of the day. Honestly, yeah, but it's one thing we have to get used to. Who a part of us, no matter what, that is inevitable. Obiabewu, nti nyankopon fa ne kra ensie at least he gave us some memories, and that is the most important thing, good ones for that matter. Nti nyame fa ne kra ensie kwaku.
Well, to pass out at this stage be a hard game. Anyway, let's move on. Now, yambon komo. Now, Sean Phillips say, Nancy now be two Chelsea for goalkeeper for from ra. No say performance a won say Robert Sanchez e da ne di wo club World Cup wa kana no atum. O say ni Chelsea for nyai momu nkoto goalkeeper for biama. And on say what obe Kase Chelsea for team league bia why on from so see even before the club World Cup no performance at Chelsea done the league no mu e was say the champ for ni say Chelsea for no omo serious about the league pa you know wow right Chelsea off no you are absolutely wrong. Well Manchester person at the rabia you yes say all consider say Nigeria for credit report say wajia to so bebo Ediama the Nigerian national team, that is according to them. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace for you say Liverpool do offers me no court ni na one body at work. Someone tears now Crystal Palace they should be very careful because boy they say on the Crystal Palace for no cool. Next season to was an boy no free. It's a magay so at the end no story be say Harry Maguire clubs be air pen man you for saying no credit. Emma boy in the camp about one thing say ono kra Harry Maguire no opeso wie ni football e Manchester United. This is a proper legend master obe wie ni football no and so e Manchester United. Meanwhile what I've been told is say Anthony yes class na ba ni nyina o say ono Betis na no pe o say Betis no a on se sanadwen e Betis no na Anthony ese ope Jack Grealish is also matter say Tottenham for now is serious. So say initially we made mention say omope. Yes, say omo intensify after say Los Angeles Football Club for Alpha Human Song. And of course they needed to make a decision now for Jack Grealish. And so Abba Stegen updates wo ewie omo friend Stegen say omra meeting. Yes say Stegen omo friend on the phone no obi amfa to say the offer obi on fe. Obi amfa I don't know no meeting. Yes, Barca phone they say they almost say almost fan say boy na chere say onu omo ontokwa. Inti say omo fan to say senior junior na say employee bi so omo na ko gidi mrasam. Na matse say yes Stegen no. Now was onya 3.4 million euros bonus bi. Senka or da last game no and a coach na mananda. Mikai pa biggie. Last game now was set Stegen yesterday speech as the captain of the team. One year. Aha. I come in Chiremu. I'm saying we draw into mafia is also no so mafia because 3.4 million euros there. And yes, ketwa.
Sure. Kwaku.
Yeah, fans and twas some free hope in your monkom.
Mama share from Stegen the Barcelona issue no. If these are some of the reasons, and I say in some year to one thing, say Stegen meeting near there on person be share Barcelona and penny for on person who be abedin komobia. Na o my eba be who say or the last game of the season the Barcelona bobokona nanko benya sika aye close to 4 million euros, which is around 3.4 million euros. Akwaku Stegen nipa ebe ne ya Stegen nipa ebe hano. Definitely just as nipa bia nke be hano because this is huge amount of money I bet me I be the ama player no but we are no so free one ma you ask yourself say the condition of Barcelona kwagu Barca bet me I be bia say we bia just to save money because of baby Barcelona gina and it's all your test again that's also so in Barcelona situation in as much say we nipa na be ya na be how no I was on club now on your moody club now woman on situation. Now who quite I want to show the club the first one to be club now. Because I am sure say coach didn't him I am assuming without admitting, say Barcelona and Penny from Bobetimi are let coach and say Aquadano that last game now. Sika say near Bamano will say in Niska and Tabi Crampon Fananda, a bit to me at sea. But in all these things, or in all these cases, or stuff, conditions, or whatever that is happening now, Barcelona, no, Kokumi feels say goalkeeper no should know the situation of the club he's playing for. Barcelona and Niska, and any available means are Barca Befa. So say yes, sir. To say the American in the sea poor. Any available means are Barcelona Befa. So I'm going to save Visca for the upcoming season. No, Barcelona has to do it. Stegen 1 year consistent and farm Barca throughout the season. Not just because they ordered the last game, I'll be 3.4 million euros into Kwaku. Near the Wababa with them. So Stegen a consistent throughout the season. And they do so stage, you know, if you go post anymore. And a dear, nay, I say a
Biggie, the human faces that. Last game, you know, na Barcelona lose Ukraina, emphasis on he. Anamibao, Sentesa.
Oh, I'm funny.
And now, ma woja session, and I think you keep pen and a dark goal into why and your boapayo. Biggie.
So you test Stegen as a human being, how no crepa. But you look at the larger picture.
What is the larger picture?
Is that Stegen is not more important than the Barcelona club.
Biggie.
That is for a fact.
What was the importance of that game?
The importance of the game was that bench Stegen, don't let him play, and we are going to save 3.5 million euros.
Let us say Nipa Bonensam.
That is why I'm saying that Stegen Tenacia, no getting one. Okay,
at that time, Barcelona Gino. Of
course.
It is a son of so mafia. It's 1-1.
Many problem. Ubetimia mafia Barcelona Bobo.
Big idea with
the club. Share. Yamin Fasama. Minim said the above from culture city and said you almost ignorant. But here part of the world, and you may be or my mammy and our papa crab for 2 4. No catcher was already a Yashi castle, a chinenty. We've seen players on my free kotoko, on my free hat to folk. Never been poor as a cabia cub. I had no man as a candy hello, Bobby to be friend in a castle, so the Yashi castle, a chinenty. Now play an aqua release that no corner baby. Next can we jamanaka. May can't wait because say Stegen is a single human being. Barcelona is an entity of which clearly a highly possible that Stegen be here Barcelona China than Sebasa be here Stegen.
See, my point is that the Biano clubs will always win over players.
Yes.
But aside that, clubs in taking advantage of players are now.
No.
Okay.
They don't have to. But anything I'm doing can call Barcelona situation. No. The Barca situation. No. Maybe not sure Barcelona for the best that's all about Stegen abroad. But Barca situation now, me know me and him from last season. You see a good time here, just a Barcelona activity, they be a friendly livers. Just a Barca Unibre Boni now, or Towns or Timmy register. So it is a club. Oh, yes, he can Casa. That is why I'm saying, say, hey, yeah. But at least play and then bear with the club because of their financial situation.
Say, say, or chess almost funny yes, so I dean or club with more. But Stegen so what's in a case you are so paying you. Let's not paint a picture as if say he's been the bad boy.
So those good legacies you've built, don't destroy them with what is happening today.
I am sure, say.
Won the Champions League. What is you can't legend that. Stegen your Barcelona legend.
So I am sure, says 3.4 no so nyaya by this time oko. I don't dare big ambition.
So that's yet to be and guarantee so just
biggie go.
I feel say whatever way it is, you know. The kind of marriage and Barcelona and Stegen war, how happy it was. And then more for these last days. I am saying last days because for Stegen there clearly his days are numbered over Barcelona.
Yeah.
Into these last days, and Nakakaya, Kaimon fans say the good moments and the good legacy a play and a building over Barcelona Bobo Konim. That is my point. Kwaku, okay about a Tosina Darabio. Say all switching nationality no Akusia Kandiama Nigeria. Play a beer may assure set Nimpaibo and they say Obebo the national team. Players no mu din komo uti omo interviews omo be catch you. Say ye national team call up. No mo mfefo ne kwa akusi aka. No mo ni TV hu no mo hwa. I am not there. A bit more to the extent, say, almost as a teammates in a corner bar. Why I am from a mobile because one national team and one Kusiakai. And to play a beer per half, you need now at least on also who's a born or bono. If you chrome, so if you chrome mudia, representing that particular chrono is the utmost priority in every footballer's career aside of trophies and BBR. England and Aquadana Tanaya would know what's your kind of idea. A job a person could be see a kind of England national team. But players know say Siano. Any coach knows say Siano. Is he going to get that opportunity to play? Where the last matches are England abo in recent times. After Thomas Tuchel taking over now, the preferred centre back than Ben and Ezri Konza. These are the two players our coach and prefer. Omo and or time omo ball. In the absence of Sam, you know, or what Trevor Chaluba and as a level Cowell. It was our position, no. It's in clearly. So we have pecking order no. To see that Arabiona here kind of wants it is not as if the A bimpa or Nyakola Pumpo and answer ABR. Probably almost ever from on a deal of a barbontino, they been poured a standby impo. Now, when you're rushing, Musa Chenabi, a Kobasa injury biba, and I say BBC, a friend of Baba Bisiakai. But in the Nigerian national team, I'm sure they are going to be happy. Some will be a central defender, Siakai, Premier League, no Siakai, the match. So, the Nigerian national team. No. So, they are always going to be ready to welcome the player. So, Manomra Siakai and World Cup neighbor. Fine, there is no Nigeria chances are limited. But so World Cup we say Nigeria mobile at least play a bia be person representing a national team. Not on to say Euros no to be mobile England and Concordia. At least obetimi ababa be Nigeria and probably be featuring the AFCON. There is that possibility. No so say Messi akama national team be A be a trophy B at least you can national team players I mean cap to say because it looks like for England there doors no area you close down so looking at the number of central defenders. Recent collapse, but looking at their performance of last season, a highly possible. So, Harry Maguire is a typical example. And all these players, any opportunity to run national team.
Well,
so you can't blame him. Say,
you better transfers anymore. Na ya bonkomo. Some away. Premier League teams are spending 1.3 billion. Our transfers. As of today.
Yeah.
Unim the next league. Nyam Habutre. The next league. La Liga. 380 million. Into 0.3 no. And La Liga for. Serie A 300. Bundesliga 209. League 1 210. It's a clearly premiership for na ewa hondin. Now yen ra premiership for na yen kwhwe di nti o ma spend this aska afifa meko ho. Na yen ra ho na yen hwade. Liverpool and edin kan 252 million pounds. Chelsea 240, Arsenal 192, Manchester City 153, Manchester United 131. And they did this one. Obet me a pose na fe working kind musa na fe wahade. Manchester likely say Benjamin Sesko dey go through on be Newcastle for CCA mate say o catch the when say omo perof. Won't mean far or mudding any man you for and when they are Leipzig for Mushire and the man you do way back no won't mean be in Newcastle for any me I no muhundi or more. Some back off for Watkins so some back off for Nicholas Jackson and Thameswa. Man you for the Omon Pine is a Newcastle for walking away. Because I bidding wa emwa. Say man you for train say Newcastle for be walking away. Newcastle for so edge answer. If he Sesko Sinkari, bueno, on a Leipzig for no moody rough or Mudi Agrom which is kind of brutal. Make a man you are some Ceci pictures Sibiaba say, we place and run at you, Omoko nightclub, Kakrakwa Chile. You know, chilling babies. Oh, got it. Ugati oba untwatu.
Manchester never te. Boy ne nam ne ho sa.
Kwa night club kwa jo mu ni kakra. Yes Drake here concert kakra. Inti kochi se captain emu ho inti we die.
Da bi captain ko ku obo.
Okay.
Difference no.
Kochi na here captain.
Captain obo ni ye. Se me ko to Bruno Fernandez. Say ye de ankure kakra ka si ho. Na nsama. Near the pipe or two nana no tria hono no kra metwa menka hwe
eno mfa ho
there be because obegina park ne so a obe deliver ma Manchester United etu ono odo won tutu no enye ati said the mo classroom na student aben no ya akola abone e to da teacher for ne kra nka na asa
no kre
ba wona wutin kana wo say di nsem munu wo class hono no wona de bia teacher for na ni sibuto o mbeka cha o say dwene ho eti captain ne de kwa on obegina park ne so a obeye captaincy ne ho adwuma so you have nothing to say but at the end of the day some you adults anti no ye de Ugati
okajine ni kakra
Manchester ne Everton na mfinfin ho aye liquid soap
sa
nam hosa
me for ko Stamford Bridge na na Chelsea for the omo trophies mienu no Jama Sanso akọ draw mo de ato se de anti Chelsea Stamford Bridge no anti see Club World Cup no and na shemfinfi ni ade ehia mu yi pa anti kese pa no and no mo de shemfinfi
so be world champions
enye izo anyway Nigeria ni friend Samuel Chukwueze ono so yete se ko Besiktas e da Fenerbahce for buy AC Milan still no omo open to any of the clubs baba Fulham for so aba Samuel Chukwueze ho nti atwen se ni move no e buy ye the one sababa because as now the clubs ni bebre eno na Radu Dragons and a defended my Tottenham yes still no abe 2.5 months until this guy ebeba back. Claudio Echeverri, Manchester City for midfielder akwada no amfa fee Argentina no. Roma for the loan plus option to buy Eddie Aba. Na almost loan option to buy 33 million. Manchester City for so almost the best shame say almost buy back clause of just 40 million na on betiasie. Echeverri nenia brio peso free club no moko. Nottingham for say afei and almost the bid echo for Juventus for player. I from Douglas Luiz. Omo na kasa no beso mu so boy no be bansa omo the bed nako. Inte bed no and also eba Arsenal 4-year training and net. Unfortunately, Leandro Trossard when training I'm on for a worried kakra. Yes say a injury but omo expect to say enya de be kese biasa. James Maddison Tottenham Emma ninya surgery ni up to now na nchiremu ni kire say almost the 9 na ho no ntiche se the 9 no edwodwo kakra ansa omo your operation na omaye fine player but Valencia force so omo pe wo fed indeed say anyi Leicester for na bobed na to akoni say it looks like Besiktas de no AI possible kakra into one for the Didi and also Dieba and so free and also Eba no Danger Shiri finally was signing at the Ama AC Milan 36 million euros plus 3 million euros add-ons boy in the best signing 5 years at the Ama AC Milan Pestel Kempembe PG for say I'm gonna boy any terminated contracts because or that's now your born a baby prior
so no to PG for look sure no
say look so crowd over boka kra we your proud over by 1 year
we practice hosa
intina na musu mun terminate
oh so look sure the medical catch say me to me and Koni Manchester United be
awesome
for looking at the years he has spent and the matches he's played for United yenya ne so mfa so sorry to use this word but that's the fact pre-season ni boy ya obo nkwaku ebehye season nase obon so obepra obekwa akwa nchen I am not a doomsayer but that's what has been happening for personal Kempembe just said you were he was one of the biggest talents in French football say a central defender and a near thing central defender bobo with aggression central defender a form ground duels or ball never throw or honoma untimi mona unyi personal Kempembe frame quality player then injury steps in this is one unforeseen things about football akwaku oya ne hwea enye yie eka game no Enti de bia meka say wa down for ball unua ball wa move ball na wa bompire asrese sa de ne binto because we've seen a lot of talent quality players are injuries inti omanti me ndu full potential and personal Kimpembe is one of those players quite unfortunate but Paris Saint-Germain intimin kipu na de bia out one na yetu awka
ene de
na ball there be it is not a charity organization baby aye ball na yetu ani paka nti se omo ball mfa mo no munya mfa so mfa mfi so a omo ni option bia so mbemo akọ adwene de but it is part of life and say obeto aso a he has to work on himself. We've seen players at doctors say really or more out whenever I'm talking about these things I talk about the Santi Cazorla situation. He's one player, one of the best midfielders I remember who of football.
Yeah.
Santi Cazorla at Arsenal. Quality player. About Arsenal, injuries kakahana. At the point, the doctors catch and say, Unjai Bobo.
Yeah.
Because in the 9, ultimately, Mobo on the end to us be on the Muna Prana to Atuasa. And we decided to be Chrome. No, I could see a kind of money hometown club, Real Oviedo. Today, he's a hero because Wabomo Oviedo are qualified by Spanish La Liga. He is a player, Dr. Man, a report, send a 9 year into Unjai Bobo now on Tenerife. And yes, I will do time, you're better than wheelchair. But he's played out so here the airball. It's in as much say, Yano, or better me up pick solids from players be a near man be say out to 2 or more, no more bounce back and to so a ball or more ball. May we share well, Kwaku.
Epra. Yeah, player John Stones, so also he's suffering such similar fate. Na a hard dream pa. Now does this player be a Galatasaray Foko fan? Yes, with these 17 years. Ada Hirmas. Among for so African Europeans attire so African yanka Europeans for need the guya so big we are with these 17 years. Ade Sakura enye ni ti hu na apa master
so hwe le Sakura na ene ni bibia ta Sofia na Mrabat menye so te Mrabat che ko gude hwe
70
hwe player ro gina ho we were 17
ade ebia ne nim na enyi ne body susu aswe
go put bia African yan ko mon kasa
sa yes a woni mujidi
free crow ben so ankasa
yeah, take you are.
Oh, yeah, Turkish. Also, the
are they?
Say, how the overcast will be a women ding.
Saint I was a
woman.
Oh, person can't someone.
Oh, there be say, you won't be near the bar, multimeter. And then we just say, you won't Juana.
You won't want the chase and me, Miss Shim.
And the Cocumian. You want to bit me out, my car 7 years.